A sniper on New Year's Eve suddenly starts shooting and kills 29 people for no reason. He completes his killing mission so perfectly that even the entire FBI team cannot find him. But why did he take so many innocent lives? And in the end, how did the FBI catch him? To answer these questions, I bring you the explanation of the movie To Catch a Killer. So let's not waste time and start this thrilling movie explanation. At the beginning of the movie, we see a night scene in Baltimore, USA. It was the last day of the year and the whole city was celebrating New Year's Eve. People were on rooftops, dancing, singing, and enjoying fireworks. Suddenly, in the middle of the party, a sniper started shooting with perfect aim. People on the rooftop fell one by one. Not just outside, people inside the elevator and rooms also started dying. The sniper fired in a way that his gunshots mixed with the sound of fireworks. In just a few moments, the happy celebration turned into a terrifying scene. In the next scene, we see Eleanor Falco, a police officer working at a restaurant. She suddenly gets the news of the shooting. She quickly runs outside and takes position. Like other officers, Eleanor also rushes to the building to rescue the victims. While rescuing people, she meets Detective Mackenzie. Mackenzie was using a laser light to find the bullet angles. Many other officers were also checking from different buildings. They found out that all the shots came from one room in a nearby building. As they were getting ready to go there, suddenly a huge explosion shook that room. This means the shooter was not an ordinary person. The sniper had a dangerous plan for this massacre. Eleanor and other police officers went to the building. Some officers were already inside helping people escape. But Eleanor had a smart idea. She started recording people's faces on her phone. She thought the killer might be hiding among them. While recording, she went upstairs with the SWAT team to the floor where the explosion had happened. The floor was full of thick smoke, making it hard for Eleanor to breathe. The fire brigade arrived and put out the fire. They safely evacuated everyone from the building. The SWAT team and Eleanor reported that they did not find the killer, dead or alive, because of the smoke. Eleanor lost her balance and fainted. A medic came and gave her first aid. She was given an oxygen mask and she started feeling better. Then an FBI team arrived. They searched the entire building using trained dogs but found no clues. Eleanor was still lying down with her mask on when a police captain told her, "This is not a hospital, you can't just sit here and rest." Hearing this, Eleanor removed her mask and got up. As she was leaving, another officer scolded her for trying to go up to the 17th floor without her mask. In the next scene, we see the FBI headquarters. A senior agent named Landmark was briefing his team. He was given the big responsibility of finding this crazy killer. Landmark told everyone that the killer did not want to get caught. Even after killing 29 people, the police found no evidence, no fingerprints or personal items. But they must find him using all their skills. He said the killer was likely not a terrorist because terrorist groups usually claim attacks, but no one has taken credit for this. This means the killer could be a psychopath or mentally unstable. In the West, if a white man commits a massacre, this is usually the first theory. He also warned that the investigation must not be biased. They cannot assume the killer belongs to any specific race, religion, or country. They must find him as an individual. After the briefing, Eleanor's colleague mocked Landmark's words, saying the killer was just a crazy person born to kill. But Eleanor disagreed, saying real criminals are those who hurt innocent things from a young age, like cutting a bird's wings and forcing it to become violent. Landmark, listening from outside, entered and told Eleanor's colleague to leave. He then asked Eleanor why she thought differently. She replied that the killer might be looking for relief. Landmark questioned why he killed exactly 29 people, why not just 2 or 3, or even 50 or 60. Eleanor compared it to hunger, saying that just like people stop eating when full, maybe the killer stopped because he felt satisfied. But this might not be the end. He could be hungry again. Landmark liked Eleanor's way of thinking. That's why Landmark personally introduced himself to Eleanor. That night, Eleanor went home, swam for a while, and then went to sleep. The next morning, she woke up suddenly when her senior officer called. He told her that Agent Landmark had specially invited her to a coffee shop. A regular police officer being called by an FBI agent meant something important was happening. Eleanor quickly got ready and went to meet Landmark. He explained why he had called her. He believed she was a good detective and could understand the killer's psychology because she had a different way of thinking. Landmark told Eleanor that he would transfer her to his team so they could work freely without any restrictions. A few moments later, Detective Mackenzie joined them at the coffee shop. Landmark introduced him to Eleanor, though they had already met before. After transferring Eleanor to the investigation team, Lamarck held a meeting with his full team. During the meeting, Mackenzie reported that they were questioning all the employees from the building and analyzing CCTV footage and other data. There were no landlines or mobile signals in the building because no one actually lived there. A group of people had just used the empty building for a New Year's party. One caretaker of the building was missing, but he didn't seem suspicious because reports described him as a calm and innocent man. Then another detective, McAndy, said their team had analyzed the bullets and discovered that the sniper had used an XM21 sniper rifle. But the strange thing is, these sniper rifles were last used in 1950-75. That means it is a very old sniper rifle, and there is no data about it in their database. Mackenzie tells Lamarck that after military guns are retired, they might be sent to a police station or some other security force. Eleanor then says they should find out who authorizes these guns and how they are sent. After the meeting, Lamarck takes Eleanor and Mackenzie to the morgue where the bodies of the victims are kept. The killer shot every victim perfectly with a single shot, some in the head, some in the neck, and some in the chest. Seeing these perfect shots, Mackenzie thinks the killer might be an ex-military man, because only military people can shoot so perfectly. He also believes the killer made sure the victims did not feel much pain. That means the killer did not do this out of personal anger. It is very clear. While they are talking, someone suddenly comes and says they have found the killer, and his house is surrounded. Hearing this, Lamarck is completely shocked. He rushes to the spot and sees a senior officer from the counter-terrorism unit, Frank, standing there. Seeing Frank, Lamarck gets angry and says that he is the one handling this case. Frank told Lamarck that they had to take action quickly, so they assigned the case. When they were checking a building, a man triggered a security alarm, locked himself in the room, and threatened to kill everyone. Frank thinks the man is mentally unstable and a terrorist. He also believes this man might be the real killer. While Frank and Lamarck argue inside, Frank orders the local police team to enter the room. When the police try to arrest the man, he suddenly jumps out of the window and dies. After his death, Lamarck gets very angry and says, "You didn't even find any weapons with him, but you raided his place and caused his death. You killed an innocent man, and now you should go to jail." After this failed action, Lamarck, Mackenzie, and Eleanor go to 31st Street to question 3 painters who worked in that building, but none of them seem suspicious. One spends his day taking care of his small child, another quit this job 2 years ago, the third man practiced shooting for 2 weeks, but he broke his hand and couldn't continue. Since nothing seems suspicious, they collect DNA samples and fingerprints from the glasses of water the painters used. Meanwhile, after Alina is transferred to the FBI branch, she undergoes a medical test. The test shows that she has iron deficiency and some other health issues. Even after getting the lab report, she doesn't give it directly to Lamarck. This makes Lamarck very angry, and he scolds her. Feeling insulted, Alina backgames sad and goes home. But while she is leaving, Lamarck offers her a ride. Lamarck says sorry for his rude behavior. At first, Alina is still angry, but later, she gets in the car with him. They go to Lamarck's house. After dinner, Lamarck asks Alina some personal questions. From her medical report, it is clear that she used to take a lot of illegal drugs. Also, at the start of her career, she applied to join the FBI, but the FBI doctors rejected her because her mental state was not stable. Lamarck also learned that when Alina was 12, she went through some trauma, which affected her mind. Alina shows Lamarck her hand where she still has marks from past torture. She tells him that she joined the police only to protect herself. In college, she had no one to pay for her expenses, so she could not finish her studies. Even though she was very talented, she could not join the FBI at that time. Hearing all this, Lamarck tells her that her psychological profile is similar to the killer from 31st Street, so maybe she can help solve the case. In the next scene, we see a shopping mall. Everything looks normal, people are shopping and eating at restaurants. Suddenly, a man is seen cleaning his body at a basin after removing all his clothes. Another man gets annoyed and calls security. 2 security guards go to find him. By then, the man has already gone outside and is searching for food inside a restaurant. When the guards ask to check his bag, he refuses and keeps saying, "I just want to go home." But when the guards try to force him, he suddenly pulls out a gun and starts shooting. This is the same shooter who caused the terrible massacre that night. When the FBI got the news, they rush to the shopping mall. When they enter, they see complete chaos, dead bodies of people, and police officers are scattered everywhere. After this incident, Lamarck was called in by the higher officials of the FBI. He still had not caught the killer. On top of that, the FBI officials learn about Eleanor's past. She was rejected by the FBI before, and she was also an addict. But Lamarck believed that Eleanor was a smart and responsible detective. While everyone was running around in the building, she was the only one using her brain and recording people's people's faces. Lamarck also said that only she could catch the killer. If they fired her, they would lose their chance to catch him. But the FBI officials did not listen. They removed both Lamarck and Eleanor from the case. After serving for so many years, Lamarck was heartbroken to be kicked out of the department like this. He became depressed and started drinking. Mackenzie and Eleanor stay by his side and try to support him. Even though she was removed from the case, Eleanor did not stop investigating. She found out that the painter Lang had lied to her. He let someone else do the painting at the 31st Street explosion site for 2 days. After learning this, Eleanor went straight to the painter's house. At first, he denied hiding anything, but when his wife told him to tell the truth, he agreed. He admitted that he had hired a man to do the painting in exchange for money and food. That man was a vegetarian. He only asked for vegetarian food. His name was Dean. He used to work in a butcher shop, but ever since he quit, he never touched meat again. He said that just seeing meat made him feel sick. Hearing this, Eleanor and Lamarck felt they were close to finding the killer. They called a sketch artist and made a drawing of Dean. Then they went around the city, showing the sketch to different butcher shops. Finally, they found someone who recognized him. An old woman identified him and said his full name was Dean Posey. She said he was very polite and well-mannered when he worked there, but there was one problem. Someone used to disturb him every day. One day, that person was found dead in the butcher shop. Dean told everyone that it was an accident caused by the sharp tools in the shop, but everyone knew the truth. It was Dean's doing. After this incident, Dean quit his job at the butcher shop. Lamarck and Eleanor started looking for more information about him. They went to his house and found out that Dean's father was a shooting instructor. That explained why Dean had such perfect shooting skills. He had learned from his father. When they reached Dean's house, Eleanor wanted to call Mackenzie, but Lamarck stopped her. He said if they called now, too many FBI agents would come and they would lose control of the case. As they were talking, they suddenly heard a car horn. Lamarck stepped outside and saw an old woman sitting in the car. It was Dean Posey's mother. She looked at them and immediately knew they were FBI agents. She told them firmly that she would not give them any information about her son. Lamarck pleaded with her. He told her that if she helped them, they could catch Dean and save innocent lives. After some time, Eleanor and Lamarck went inside the house and started asking questions. Dean's mother said that he was always a smart and hardworking boy. His father used to send him to collect targets after shooting practice, but one day, while Dean was collecting the targets, his father accidentally shot him in the head. Luckily, it was just a practice bullet, so Dean survived. However, the incident deeply affected his mind. Even after that, Dean wanted to fulfill his father's dream. He applied to join the army as a shooter, but he was rejected because he was physically unfit. After that, his life changed. He became a wanderer with no direction. While Lamarck was talking to Dean's mother, Eleanor looked outside and noticed something strange. There were 2 cups on the table. That meant someone else was there. She quickly realized that Dean was hiding somewhere nearby. She warned Lamarck, but it was too late. Suddenly, shots were fired from a small shed in the distance. Dean was using a sniper rifle. One of the bullets hit Lamarck and he died on the spot. Eleanor screamed in fear, but Dean's mother told her not to move. She said, "If you move, my son will shoot you too." Dean's mother then makes a deal with Eleanor. She said if the FBI promised to keep Dean safe in prison, he might surrender. Eleanor agreed. Since Dean trusted his mother, Eleanor told her to take away Dean's guns. That way, Dean would understand that he was surrendering. Following Eleanor's advice, Dean's mother took his pistols and walked outside. Dean's mother tried to convince him to surrender. She told him that the police would help him get treatment and make him better, but Dean didn't listen to her at all. Realizing that she could no longer save her son, she suddenly took her own life. After seeing this, Dean finally stepped out of his hiding place. He held his sniper rifle and slowly walked toward Eleanor. Inside the room, Eleanor stood frozen in fear, but Dean did not hurt her. Instead, he placed his sniper rifle and pistol on the table. Eleanor felt a little relieved. She started talking to him. She said, "The FBI sent me here to understand your psychology. I know what you are going through, but killing people is not the solution. Please surrender. I promise you will get proper treatment and a better life." Hearing this, Dean said that he hated all of humanity. He believed that people who made loud noises with fireworks were disturbing the peace of the world. By killing them, he thought he was cleaning up the trash from the earth. He told Eleanor that he had no place to go. Wherever he went, people would always be watching him. Then, to Eleanor's surprise, he said that he had already made his decision to end his own life. Dean made a strange request. He said, "If you promise to burn my body after you shoot me in the head, I will surrender. Eleanor agreed, but just then they heard police sirens outside. Dean thought Eleanor had betrayed him. Before she could say anything, he punched her hard, knocking her unconscious. Then, he dragged her inside and tied her up. After that, he loaded his rifle and stepped outside. The police had arrived because they heard gunshots from Dean's house. As soon as Dean saw them, he fired. He shot one officer down. Another officer tried to call for backup on his radio, but Dean shot him too. Soon, more FBI agents arrived at the scene. Inside, Eleanor tried to convince Dean. I am here for you, she said. Untie me, and I will stop them from shooting. I can save you. But Dean ignored her. He started setting up explosives to blow up the entire FBI team. Eleanor kept trying to calm him down. She wanted to help him and get him medical treatment, but Dean didn't listen. Then, just as he activated the explosives, Eleanor did something unexpected. In a fit of rage, she bit Dean's neck so hard that she tore a vein. Dean was completely shocked. He stopped moving for a moment. Without saying anything, he walked away. When the situation finally calmed down, Eleanor managed to free herself and escape from the house. The entire team set out to capture Dean. They followed his trail deep into the forest. After some time, they found him lying on the ground, barely alive. The FBI agents told him to surrender, but instead of giving up, Dean tried to fire at the M-Knot. Before he could do anything, the entire force shot at him together. Dean was completely torn apart, and just like that, the terrifying killer of the 31st case was finally dead. With Dean's case closed, the FBI told Eleanor to stay silent. They explained that it was against the rules to kill dangerous criminals without interrogation. In exchange for her silence, the FBI offered her a position as an analyst. At first, Eleanor refused, but then they warned her. They reminded her that she and Landmark had continued the investigation even after being suspended. Because of that, 17 officers almost lost their lives the night before. If the truth came out, Eleanor could face a lifetime in prison. Hearing this, Eleanor made a deal. She agreed to accept the FBI's offer, but only under two conditions. First, Landmark must receive an honorary medal. Second, she must be hired as an FBI special agent because she deserved it. The FBI agreed. They gave her the agreement papers and she signed them. After solving such a terrifying case, Eleanor became famous in the media, but above all, she kept hearing Landmark's motivational words in her mind, words that she would never forget.